Hey, sweeties. Thanks for joining me. So, I have been putting off doing this video because the subject matter has been really giving me an excuse to get myself worked up. So the promised topic was what it means to be made in God's image. And the reason I've been getting worked up about it is because people are politicizing this idea that is not meant to be political. Okay, so let's jump in. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, and God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." And it continues on a little bit about stewardship, which is really important. And in the commentary, which I don't usually go on and on a whole lot about the commentaries in the translation that I use, but this was some information that I think is relevant and makes a good point. So this is what it says. In the ancient Near East, the ruling king was often described as the image or the likeness of a god, which served to elevate the monarch above ordinary mortals. In the Bible, this idea became democratized. Every human being is created in the image of God. Each bears the stamp of royalty. Thus, the description of mortals as in the image of God makes humankind a symbol of God's presence on earth. Now, there are different ways to interpret that. If one looks at the Bible as a blueprint for how to create a just and inclusive society, then the way to interpret that would be, us being a symbol of God's presence on earth, plus, of course, the reference in the actual text to stewardship means we're responsible for the planet itself, for the other creatures on it, and for each other. Some people like to emphasize having dominion over the other creatures and the actual planet itself, but emphasizing that doesn't help us with creating a just and inclusive society, being helpful to each other and taking responsibility for helping each other is what helps us do that. And so back to why I've been getting myself worked up over this is that some groups, and I'll just say it, church groups, as far as I've heard, have been both amongst themselves and publicly saying, well, we don't want to cover the image of God, so they don't want to wear face masks when they gather together. We are currently still in a pandemic, and the fact that some people think that that's a matter of opinion is distressing to me. And I try not to be judgmental about other people because that's not my job. I'm glad I'm not God. But the thing is when you're faced with a highly contagious pathogen that we know very little about, that even the experts only know so much, we have to not only protect ourselves, we have to protect each other. It is our responsibility. That is behaving as being in the likeness of God. We are being godly when we inconvenience and discomfort ourselves for the sake of preserving a life and preserving quality of life for other people. We are supposed to do that. And I would like to continue on here. Genesis chapter 5, verses 1 through 3. This is the record of Adam's line. When God created Adam, he made him in the likeness of God, male and female. He created them. And when they were created, he blessed them and called them man. So the word that's translated as man, or person, Adam. So that root word means earth, as in soil or dirt. So to me, that is my understanding of that is that it's supposed to help keep us humble, no matter how things are going in our lives, no matter what else is happening. We need to retain that humility, and I think the fact the root word for person is dirt, and I think that the fact that, you know, again, whether you believe it or whether you don't believe it, if you at least want to learn something from the story, that the fact that God started with one person, we're all the same, okay? So I think that's supposed to also help keep us humble and remind us that we're responsible for each other. And in case I didn't bring it up, yeah, for those who are familiar with the Hebrew Bible, you will probably already know there's no physical description of God. God has no physical form. God can cause things to manifest in the physical realm, but that's a testament to God's power, not God's limitations. So any reference to any physical aspect of God that's in the Bible, like with a mighty hand and outstretched arm, or on eagle's wings, or he turned and God turned and caused his back to be seen, or I don't remember exactly how that phrasing went. Those are all in the book of Exodus, if I remember. But yeah, those are all metaphorical. They're not meant to be taken literally at all. And please excuse a slightly cranky tone that even I can hear in my voice today. Like I said, I've been getting worked up by the subject matter. And it's just really important that whatever we believe, that it doesn't stop us from being decent to each other. It's really, really important. Okay, that said, where else was I? Did I get all my important points? Yeah, stewardship. It's just really important. We are responsible to each other, to the planet, and yeah, this year is really, really driving it home. Okay, laugh so I don't cry. Yeah, so that's about it for now. And I don't know about y'all, but I need to take a minute and breathe. Okay. And of course, I've got a great big mama hug for you. I hope you can feel it beyond the stress. And I do want to thank everyone who has subscribed, because I feel like you're telling me you appreciate me, and so I want to let you know I appreciate you. Okay, well, that's it for now. Bye.